All right, we're live. So Florida Blood Bowl AMA number 8, live from the Publix parking lot in beautiful downtown Vieira.
Nice.
So tonight we have with us Jason York and Ryan Marsh. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good evening, everyone.
Man, it's going. I am going to leave the two of you to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Florida Blood Bowl, Chaos Cup coming up, some tournaments. I have to do one more chore, and then I sent myself an invite that I'm going to jump back on. But just to let everybody know, we're kind of 8 episodes in. We're kind of going back to basics and just having the three of us just chat about some Florida Blood Bowl. We'll probably keep this one a little bit short, too. It's a crazy busy week. People are packing, painting, getting their miniatures prepped. So I will let the two of you take over, and I will jump on here as soon as I'm finished.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll be back.
James has no idea what he's just done.
Yeah, I know. Leaving us in charge.
Oh, that's a bad mistake.
So, how is the preparations going for the big trip?
Well, I'm actually not going on the big trip. I was about to ask you the same thing. I'm staying home for Chaos Cup.
All right. Well, see, yeah, and I had to cancel my Chaos Cup plans due to unfortunate situation on the home front, so I had to stay back for it. So I thought you were going too. Yeah, that's a good question for James then when he comes back.
It is. Well, I guess we can't talk about Chaos Cup. Let's talk about Crucible. Are you looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to Crucible. I have not been able to play as much Blood Bowl as I want, but that is definitely one that I'm going to, barring some sort of major atrocity. I will be there, so I am definitely looking forward to that. What is it? I think the events are going to be really good. I think everything looks like it's going to flow pretty well, and I think that I'm talking. Everything looks like it's going to really be really good. I know I've seen a lot of the stuff that James has put out there, art wise and everything, and some of the other people have put out there, and it's looking really nice.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to Death Bowl. That whole concept looks fantastic. I have absolutely no idea how it's going to be to team up with someone in Blood Bowl against 2 other teams. I'm excited for that one. I'm also excited just to drink beer with everybody and have fun playing Blood Bowl for a weekend.
Yeah, the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I think the Death Bowl will be interesting. I like the format that we're doing because we're doing 2-on-2. Normally, Death Bowl is, every man for himself, 4 teams. I think that'll make it run a little smoother because, like I said, you only have to, in essence, worry about 2 other teams, not 3 other teams.
Yeah.
And you have a partner in it. So I think it'll be a little less chaotic, and I think it'll add a level of strategy that isn't normally there. Because, you can pass it to your teammates that are on the other team and things like that. And I think in general it will add some interesting flavor to it.
So have you guys had an opportunity to test out the rules?
We have attempted on several occasions. It has just not panned out. We have tried and tried and tried. We've at least had 3 or 4 weekends, and every single time something comes up or something happens to do that. So we're still attempting. So we're hopefully going to squeeze one in before we get that. We get to the final game, but we're making the attempt.
I noticed in the rules the weather edition of the sweltering heat. I'm assuming that's only going to really happen at halftime since there really is no break in play for Death Bowl. Is that just to maybe thin out the numbers and make the second half go a little quicker than the first?
Well, kickoff as well should have it. Like the initial kickoff will have so, and because you could theoretically have 34, 68 players on the field, in essence. Or no, 32, 60, yeah, 32. So, because you're up to 16 people on the field at once, and if you have, because I think people are going to be playing teams that you couldn't possible with, but you can still have some, a huge amount of players in the field. So that was the idea, was to keep it within theme. I think this was one of my ideas, actually. Keep it within theme, and the idea was this Chaos Dwarf forge. That's what the pitch looks like, and the whole idea was like the Crucible. The idea of like this forge is just added that sweltering heat rule, and then didn't do a lot of fancy stuff. We wanted to keep it simple because they're confusing enough. So basic as possible, but we will hopefully the theme will help the speed of the play too.
I hope so as well. Yeah, it looks like 3 matches are happening that day. I'm just excited. It looks like you're partnered up with the new father, Liam, aren't you?
In theory, Liam and I are kind of alternates, is what I would call us. So we're there in case we have an odd number of teams. So that's kind of where we're at with it. If we have an even number of teams, then that's what's going to play. But if we have an odd number of teams, then he and I will definitely jump in. We're also there in case, if it's going to be herky jerky on how we do it. But like, say we had a worst case scenario of like, people show up and then their one team member couldn't make it. He got in the car flat or something like that. One of us would hopefully be able to jump in and take that person's place. So we're kind of these floating alternates because of the team format. We got to have that. We have to have the flexibility in essence. So that's our main thing. The one thing I will caution or talk to people about that I think is one of the big things is the oh, hold on one second. My computer's being weird. No, hit OK. Close that out. Okay, perfect. We're cautioning on time. Time's going to be a big thing. Normally in our events, we stress like, oh, we're going to make it really timed, and time's going to be a thing. And then when we get to the events, we kind of lax on it a little bit, or we're like, oh, we're just going to let them go over a little bit or something like that. We really can't do that with the Death Bowl. It's going to take a really long time, and doing 3 rounds in one day will be very,